Hi everyone, welcome to our video on collecting family stories. I'm Jennifer Stewart, the manager of the Canton branch of the Haywood County Public Library System, and I'm going to spend a little time showing you how to get started collecting your family stories. We'll review where to go for more in-depth information and highlight a few free online resources. There are many ways to capture your family stories, including taking photographs, as you see here of my grandfather photographing a family event. And everyone has a story worth telling. And I am grateful for my mother's family that always shared photographs. As you can see here, this is the photograph my grandfather made. And always sharing stories. That helped instill a love for family stories in me. Why collect family stories? Family stories can be a lot of fun, but they can also be challenging, difficult, and sometimes even heartbreaking. They're not always happy and sweet. Whichever they are, these stories help connect us with our past and guide us in the future. Our family stories can help us form a deeper sense of place for the land or community that we associate with our family and deepen our understanding of our culture. But also, family stories can also just be downright funny. To get started, decide first who you want to interview. And what's your goal for interviewing that person? Are you hoping to learn about a particular time period in their life or learn a particular skill? What is it that you hope to learn from your person? Once you've chosen who you want to interview, prepare your questions. You want to have your questions already prepared before you start an interview. There are several resources to help you fine-tune your questions, and be sure to include a few conversation starters. If your person you're interviewing may be hesitant to start talking or sharing their story, the conversation starters can help things flow. And also plan a few follow-up questions that you can use to help the conversation continue. Next, you want to think about when. When is a good time to start this project? Pick a date that works well for both of you. You don't want to be rushed, and you want your person that you're interviewing to be comfortable. For example, family meals are a great time to gather family stories. But if your person is busy serving, as is the case here in this photograph of my grandmother, that might not be the best time to gather her family stories. Next, you want to think about where to meet. Choose a meeting location that is quiet and comfortable. There are many options for meeting from in-person to virtual. If you're meeting in person, of course, you want to pick a place that's quiet, where you won't be interrupted, and that allows for better recording. If you are meeting in person, since we have a pandemic, you'll want to make sure to follow safety guidelines so that you protect the health of the person you're interviewing. There are several other options if you're not able to meet in person, such as by telephone, even by email, or even virtual. And I'll cover a few resources for virtual later on. When you ask your person about interviewing them, let them know why you want to hear their story, and also what are your plans for sharing their story. If it's strictly for yourself or for family use, let them know. Or if you're considering entering it into an oral history project, make sure that your person is okay with that. Later on, I will review a few resources that provide guidelines if you are making the interview public. We're fortunate to have technology to help us collect our family stories. But how are you and your person most comfortable collecting these stories, conducting the interview? Use technology when it makes the interview process easier. Keep in mind that you want your person to be as comfortable as possible to answer questions. If they're camera shy, maybe switch to just doing an audio recording, or maybe they would prefer to write out their answer. I've also heard of people using email, where you send an email, one question, and then the person can audio record or write their answer back. During your family story interview, prompts are a great way to keep the conversation flowing. Using prompts such as family photographs, a cookbook, a newspaper article, or maybe even a handmade item can help you fine-tune the interview questions. As I mentioned earlier, there are several resources to help you if you want to find out more information about conducting interviews, oral history research, or public oral history programs. Two of these are the Oral History Association and the American Folklife Center. Both of these will connect you with the best practices for interviews and guidance for privacy and legal issues. There are several online resources to help you with your family story project. My favorite and one of the most well-known is StoryCorps. Their motto is listen, honor, and share. The website is free and provides many resources to help you collect your stories, including StoryCorps Connect and StoryCorps app. The StoryCorps Connect is a recent platform that they have started using that allows you to conduct an interview remotely using video conference technology. The audio and a still photo from the interview goes into the archive at the American Folklife Center at the Library of Congress. The StoryCorps app is for your smartphone and takes you through the whole experience of the family story interview from the beginning to end and helps you prepare questions, do the recording, and archives the interview also at the Library of Congress. Another great project from StoryCorps is the Great Thanksgiving Listen. This project is a national movement to empower people of all ages to create an oral history of contemporary United States by recording an interview with a friend, family member, anyone they admire. And the website for the Great Thanksgiving Listen provides several resources, including my favorite, the placemat, which you see here, which includes several simple questions to help get some family stories started at the dinner table. Thank you, and I hope to hear some great stories from you about collecting your family stories. If you need to contact me, I'm at the Canton branch of the Haywood County Public Library, and my phone number is 828-356-2561.